Have you got your holiday planned for this spring or summer? I go away at the end of May and I need to fill some gaps in my suitcase of clothes that I'm taking with me. So I thought I'd bob on today, work through the fabrics that I've got and decide what I need to make to take on my spring break. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my sewing space. Yes, the sun is out and all my spring and summer fabrics have been pulled out of my stash, and I'm going to plan with you today some garments that I want to take on my holiday. I'm going on quite a hot holiday to Cape Verde at the end of May, so I need some light, breezy, bright summer garments to take with me. So I've got them all piled up here. We've got quite a few to get through, so grab yourself a stiff drink and let's get cracking. So I've got 7 garments, well, plus a few others, I'm afraid, to go through today. And they're all garments that I want to take to Cape Verde. So they're perfect for a hot, tropical, sunny holiday. And the first pattern that I'm going to use is one that I got off the swaps table at my social last time. And it is a Know Me pattern by Mimi G. Now this pattern's been out for quite a while, I know. I'll pop some images up there, then you can see it better. It's a jumpsuit with a knot detail at the waist at the front. Quite floaty trousers on it. And I quite fancy a floaty, lightweight jumpsuit for my holes. And this is the fabric that I want to make it in. Now it's an apple green viscose crepe. Absolutely loving the squiggle abstract design on it in cream. Nice and floaty and bright. And I think it's going to look great as that floaty knot style jumpsuit. So how much fabric and what sizes does this pattern come in? I've got my notes, girls. So it comes, the pattern I've got that I snaffled from the swaps table comes in a size 10 to a size 18. Now it may well be that there is another pattern that you can buy that goes up to the bigger sizes, possibly. But for a 10 to 18 UK sizes, you need between 2.4 and 2.7 metres of fabric. And I've got 3 metres, so perfect. So what types of fabric do they recommend? Viscose chalice, rayon, cotton blends, silk and even stretch woven. So quite a big choice range there. So my viscose chalet crepe is going to be perfect. So that is garment number 1. Now this fabric I got from a new to me fabric store called Wasted Fabrics. They're in Belgium and they sell their fabrics by the 3 metre lengths and it's all designer dead stock. So really good quality fabric. Now it will take about a week to arrive, but that's okay. As long as you're not in a hurry for it, I would definitely go and have a nosy on their site. So that's what my jumpsuit's being made in. Fabric number 2, look at this fuchsia pink. Oh, you know I love a pink, girls. And what do I want to make in this? I want to make the Sauvie Sundress from Sew House 7. Now I've made this before, but I've made the shorter version and I want to make the longer version this time in this fuchsia pink fabric. So to make the longer version of the Sauvie, you're going to need 2.8 to 3.5 metres of fabric, and it comes in a size 6 up to a size 38. You can use any light to medium weight dress fabric, woven, viscose and satins. So your choice really. And lightweight linens will work really well as well. So let's have a look at the fabric that I'm going to use. I'm not sure we're going to do this justice, but we will give it a go. Now this is a viscose satin fabric and it's got the most amazing edge detail on it. So I'm just trying to, can you see what I mean? All that embroidered, it's like eyelet detail. It's all along one of the selvage edges, and I want that obviously to be at the bottom of my Sauvie Sundress in this gorgeous viscose satin fabric. Now I know this is going to be a slippery sucker to work with, but I will be using my trusty best press, and hopefully it's quite a simple dress to make, so I'm hoping that's going to come together fairly quickly. So that is garment number 2. The third garment that I want to make is another one of the Paradise Found dresses from So Different Patterns. I made this one in the fabric that I got in the gift box the hubster got me for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. Loving the detail on the back with the button placket. And it's quite a simple A-line dress at the front with beautiful French darts and inseam pockets, and then all the action is on the back with the back button placket and the gathered detail in the back, which gives you a lovely silhouette without digging in at the waist. And this is the fabric that I want to use. Look at that. It's like a powder pink with an ochre big daisy flower detail on it, and I think because that pattern Paradise dress is quite simple at the front, it will showcase that pattern perfectly. So how much fabric am I going to need to make the Paradise dress? It says 2.75 metres of fabric, and I know I can probably get it out of 2 metres because I've made it before. I'm only 5 foot small, so I take quite a lot off the length on the pattern pieces. What types of fabric do they recommend? The sky's the limit on this one. Cotton, linen, viscose, denim, needle cord, wool, mid to heavyweight jerseys as well. So depending on what fabric you make this in, it will give it a different structure and a different feel and a different look. So my next one is going to be in this beautiful viscose linen. I got this from Sauvie Sunshine, and if they've still got it in stock, I will bob the link as always in the description below. The fourth thing that I want to make, I've got a hole in my wardrobe, holiday wardrobe, for beach throw-ons, kaftan, day wear, you know what I mean, the light floaty stuff that lasts you years and you only ever wear on holiday. Well, mine's wearing out and I want some bright, new, beach, poolside, swishy stuff. And the first thing that I'm going to make is one of, yes, it's a So Different pattern. I just love them. and it's the part of their summer Lovin collection, and it's the Kaftan. There's an image of the Kaftan. Now, if you've been following me, you will know that Steph and I are doing a collab where we've been gifted the Summer Lovin box from So Different, and we're using the So Different fabrics to create a look each. And the reveal of that will probably come out early June. So, I want to make another one of the kaftans, and I want to make it in this beautiful tie-dye, would you call it? Now, I think it's looking a bit yellow on there, but it's not. It's like a greeny yellow, and then it's got bright pink and pale peach tie-dye all over it. And I want to make the Summer Lovin Kaftan in that. But I want to do it with a little bit of a difference. You know, it's got, well, you can see from the image, it's got the frill around the neck and the ties. So what I thought I would do, can you see how well they go together, was pinch a little bit of the viscose satin and use that for the frill and the ties, just to bring the pink out a little bit more, and I think that will look absolutely flipping stunning. So how much and what sizes does the Summer Lovin Kaftan come in? Well, it's So Different, and their pattern sizes are always from a UK size 8 to a UK size 26, sorry. They're saying you need 2.75 metres of fabric. Again, that fabric was from Wasted Fabrics, so I've got 3 metres, which is absolutely fine. What fabrics do they recommend? Light woven, cotton lawn, viscose linen, silk and double gauze. So my tie-dyed viscose fabric will work perfectly for the Summer Lovin Kaftan. And I can't wait to get that made up. And I want to make a second swishy kaftani type dress, if you like. And I'm going to use one that I've used before. I did it last year and loved it. And it's the Newlook K6575 pattern, which is a top pattern. But if you look at the line drawings, hopefully you'll see that it will work as a kaftan or beach throw on. So I'm going to make another one of those. What do we need to make the Newlook top or kaftan, as I'm calling it? Well, it comes in sizes from extra small to extra large, which is a 6 up to a size 24. Now, the fabric lengths are in yards on this pattern, so it says from 1.1 yard and 7/8 to 2 1/4 yards. So not that much fabric. I reckon I can get this out of 1.5 metres. And the fabric I want to use is this beautiful viscose fabric that I got. Look at those colours. Oh, to die for. And I think it's quite lightweight, quite swishy, and I think it's going to be perfect for a kaftan on my holidays. Now, I bought this from, I think it's called Oh So Crafty, but I will double check and put the name at the bottom. It's in Kidderminster, and we went there when we went on our sewing retreat, but they do sell online, and their viscoses are really good value for money. So that's my second kaftan planned. My last, well, we're nearly done. I've just got some swimwear to talk about after this, but the last big make is again going to be a so different pattern. I can't help it, they're so nice. And it's their summer Lovin dress out of the gift box that we were very kindly gifted. And I want to make another one of them in this fabric. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Now again, I ordered this online when we were on our sewing retreat from a shop that was having a closing down sale, so I'm afraid you won't be able to get this, I don't think, anymore. But look at the flowers on that, and I think it would make an amazing summer Lovin dress. This fuchsia pink is going to go a long way because the summer Lovin dress can be done two-tone. So I want to do the underneath of the bodice in that pink, beautiful pink satin fabric. So I'm going to use that for the inside of the bodice, and I think it will look amazeballs together. Let me know what you think. Those two, summer Lovin dress, gotta love it. Now, the last thing that I really need to make for my holidays is some swimwear. And I made some last year. I made a couple of costumes. I used the Coralie swimsuit pattern from Tilly and the Buttons. A few of the images will be popping up here. And I want to make some more. I do want to make another costume, and I want to try and make some of the bikinis. I've got some swimwear fabric. Now, I got this on one of the trips with Steph to Abercarns. She picked it up and then put it back down, so I snaffled it quick. And it's got some beautiful floral detail, every colour you can think of, greens, turquoise, red, pink, a little bit of white in there, a little bit of black. So yeah, I think this will go with anything and everything during the daytime. So I want to make another one of the costumes. I like the one with the frill round, and then I want to try and make one of the bikinis as well. I've got about 2.5 meters of this, so plenty. I do need to dig out my power mesh because I like to put a power mesh lining in it, and you can put in a bra shelf inside, so I like to do that as well. And I need to refresh my memory on how I did the Coralie swimsuit. So I'll be looking back through my vlogs to see what I said about it last time, and I will bob the links below for you as well if you're interested in making the Tilly and the Buttons swimsuit this summer. So that's 9 garments that I've gone through. 9 garments. And I go away in a few weeks' time. But I'm going to prioritise them, have a really good think, and do them in order of priority, so that hopefully I might get them all done. But if I don't, at least the ones that I really need, which I think is probably going to be the swimwear, so that's going to be the first thing that I make. And then I'll work my way through everything else, depending on how I feel over the next few weeks. And then, when I come to pack my case, I'll reveal how many of them I've actually managed to make and what I've thought about the sewing process for each of them. So happy sewing. I hope you're having a lovely sewing day. If you're outside in the sunshine, well, make the most of it. Why not? When the weather's nice like this, I tend to go in the garden or go out for days out, get in the fresh air, and then do my sewing in the evening when I get back. So I switch things around a little bit. Normally I sew during the daytime, but in the summer with the lighter nights, it's easier to sew, isn't it? I hope you found that interesting. I hope it's given you a little bit of inspiration for your summer sewing plans, and I will see you all soon. Bye!